sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the capital city of Colorado. Welcome to Denver and Empower Field at Mile High. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Denver Broncos. On the Titans sideline, head coach Brian Callahan, his team fired up and ready for this one. On the other side, you've got the head coach of the Broncos. His guys come in off what he described as a strong week of practice, looking to put one in the win column in front of these home fans. These teams this season, the talking. Off we go on EA Sports. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
Mike, isn't there just something different about week 1 of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, debate, speculation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be calling it alongside you.
A huge play right off the bat, 36 yards. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now the former Ohio State Buckeye, here's Jake Hayes. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Matthew Judon there to make the play. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. A run with Dobbins. Not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. He finds Mims. It's complete. Second time they've connected on the drive. And this one goes for 17 yards.
That's good for our Broncos. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball.
And he will score. Hayes cut down score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. He gets it to go. Broncos. Their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. So now after the touchdown, and he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. So out come the Titans, and they are led, Greg, by Cam Ward. Same alma mater as you, University of Miami, the #1 overall pick in this past April's draft.
Well, here it is. This is the moment, Mike, that he has been working towards ever since hearing his name called on draft night. He's put in the work. He's gotten the reps with the first team. He's had some ups and downs through training camp in the preseason. But it's clear, this organization has all the confidence in the world for this young quarterback to go out as the week 1 starter. And frankly, the hope is he's the franchise quarterback for years to come.
He was seeking the veteran Tyler Lockett there. And it'll be third down.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, it's Ward. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
On fourth down, the former All-Pro Johnny Hecker out to punt for Tennessee. And back deep is Marvin Mims. That'll be returnable from the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Boy, Greg, the Broncos, they were that one team that kept building all year last year, getting to 10-7, making their first playoff appearance since winning Super Bowl.
Hola,
50.
Johnny.
After
How you
7
doing?
years,
Appreciate you
sub
stopping by.
Quarterback to coach, they got a combo, and maybe it's the Broncos' time.
Well, how many times have we seen this play out across the league, Mike? If you have a coach, if you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And it looks like the Denver Broncos obviously have their coach in Sean Payton, and it looks like they have their quarterback pro mix of the future. So, pretty impressive turnaround. Now can they get over that next hump? Can they not only be a playoff caliber team, but can they make a run in what's a very competitive AFC?
Now, a second down throw for Nix. As he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good at third down.
And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up
From the 25, here's second down and 9.
5-yard line.
They'll give it to Dobbins. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Third and 10.
Brings up third and 10.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. That is caught at the 3. To the goal line and in. Portland Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Greg, offensive coordinator's script at the start of the game. This script has read perfectly. What a great start for this offense.
It just seems like every play this offensive coordinator dials up is perfectly timed and then perfectly executed. They've been aggressive. They've been efficient right since the start of this one. And I'll tell you what, Mike, they continue to build on this lead here early. It's going to be a long day for this defense.
Here's Lutz now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Broncos will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So, Greg, the Titans, this is one of those resets. Start over, 3-14 a year ago. You get the #1 overall pick, and now you've got a quarterback you hope can be your man of the future.
Mike, I'm not sitting here and saying I knew he was going to be the first overall pick, but I'll tell you what, last year, week 1, I went down, proud Miami alum, to support them down in the swamp, first the Florida game. see Cam Ward play for the first time live. And when I walked out, I'm not saying I thought he was going to be the #1 overall pick and Heisman Trophy finalist. I'll tell you, there's just a magic to this game. There's an ease, there's a composure, and everyone you talk to, he is the best leader. He changed the culture down in Miami, so now can he do it again with the Tennessee Titans team that's fallen on some hard times? Can they get back to competing in a division that's there for the taking?
And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
1st and 10, and they give it to Powell. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
It's 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Ward. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Not what you want to see quarter 1 of week 1. Here's Johnny Hecker now. He's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. To return, it's Mims. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Dobbins. Let's give him a couple. The linebacker, Cody Barton, in on the tackle.
A 2-yard pickup.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. To throw is mixed. And that is incomplete.
A little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
On 4th down, out is the rookie 6th-round pick, Jeremy Crawshaw, to kick it away. That is fielded at the 13. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
It's a loss of 2.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Wolf. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense about ready to take over once more. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Now it's Dobbins who looks to throw. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
They'll stick with him again, and he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly, and here comes 3rd down.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got it inside the 5. And he'll take it on in. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Denver. What a show this offense is putting on here. Greg, this has got to be a great feeling for this offense in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, and this is a great example, Mike, of when everything in your offense is clicking. The play design, the scheme, the philosophy, and then obviously the
Hello, how you
execution
doing?
on the
Welcome to
field.
the stream.
They've
Appreciate
been
you
sharp,
stopping by.
Explosive, and at this pace, I'm not sure what the defense could do to try to slow them down.
Lutz for the extra point. He's got it. Broncos mistake themselves to a 21-0 lead.
Broncos 21, Titans nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Titans offense make their way out to take over once more. They are facing an uphill climb early to give this drive with 1st and 10. Lockett headed in motion. Jones can't sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. From the gun, here's Ward. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter.
40-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd.
So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. It's the Broncos with the early lead. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. The Broncos in possession of the football to begin the second quarter. They've got it 2nd down and 2. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up a 1st down.
They're going to work this down inside the 45. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Broncos.
That's another Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Play action now. It's Nix. That one, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. They'll throw. It's Nix. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw is Nix. He will air this out, looking for Sutton. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. Another catch from there. Numbers starting to stack up in this one. Closing in on 100 yards, and we're still in the 1st half. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Looked to me like the quarterback had the option to pull that and make it a throw, but he decides to give it. Probably wishes looking back that he would have pulled it because there was nowhere for that running back to go.
They'll run on 2nd down. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Here comes 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
We'll try to get this one on the ground.
J.K. Dobbins, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 6-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, the veteran Will Lutz for the Broncos field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos extend the lead to 24-0.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. Jaquan Jackson on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Get back to work. Greg, when you look at the AFC South, there's an appreciation for what the Houston Texans have done. A couple of different quarterbacks, a couple of different head coaches. They've really been the team over the last several years that has been the team to beat in this division. And for the others, there's been moments. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Tony Pollard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. Now it's going to be third down. Here we go. Throwing is Ward. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate the call to the punt team. It's fourth down. Here's their punter now. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Broncos offense and their running back set to go once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Trying to start on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. Brings up second down.
Throw it. Nix. Oh, teardrop throw there off his back foot. It's complete. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
For a Denver Broncos. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now a run on first down. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Denver first down.
First and 10 at the
is Nix. Got his man at the 6. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with first and goal. Following the penalty, they'll run it to the 4. It'll be second and goal. On offenses like this has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now on the flip side, what does your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Jackson now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Titans offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua in that.
And that ball intercepted by Pat Surtain. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys first and 10 in the red zone.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. Greg, you take a step back and look at the AFC West big picture. This is historic stuff. Chiefs are going for a 10th straight division title, but you have to remember, two other teams in this division won double-digit games last year. So the question is, are the Chargers and the Broncos that far behind Kansas City?
Well, it sounds crazy. When you mentioned 9 in a row, you think, oh, they're just going to continue to run away with it. But I'm actually fascinated by this division. I think L.A. and Denver are a lot closer to this year's version of Kansas City, maybe than there's a lot of talk about around the rest of the league. So until someone beats them, you'd be crazy to not pick Kansas City. But last year it was a 4-game and a 5-game spread between them. I think this year, come down the stretch, that spread is going to be a lot tighter.
No, Greg, I'm thinking if I'm a fan or even in the front office for the Chargers or the Broncos or the Raiders, do I build my team to try to knock off? That is hot. What a throw. Hey, Dobbins. Touchdown, Broncos. What a start to the season. It's a 3-touchdown week number 1. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Jackson now to return it. We'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Titans offense back onto the field for their next possession. Now, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025 here?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals. And you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow was the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati better? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching? In the NFC.
You know, I think Dallas is going to find themselves just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were a high-profile, big splash team last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, like that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year with McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco and Dallas are 2 perennial teams we expect to be in the playoff hunt. They missed out last year. I wouldn't be shocked to see them back in it again this year.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff, running right. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd down at the 38-yard line.
He'll give on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Here's a 3rd and 10.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Here's Nix to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. And now it's 4th down. Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. You know, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does. And I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going forward on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. It wasn't that much of a spread. But now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because I just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped anyone. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten to stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field. A lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come overtime.
And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Oluwafemi Oladejo there to make the tackle.
A 2-yard gain.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. He will air this out, looking for Sutton.
So I don't hate the decision, Mike, but it just feels like he put a little too much air on that ball. It just took that ball way too much time to get to the open receiver. And when you hang a ball that long, the defenders at this level are just going to break and attack on that ball, and he's lucky that...
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunate, and remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Jaleel McLaughlin. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning 1st and 2nd down. Because if not, you find yourself the entire game in 3rd and pass. And that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. It is 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
They'll look to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it.
Let's add that to the lows we've seen out of this quarterback here in the first half. We thought he might be in line to have a good game, especially against this style of defense. But let's be honest, Mike, he's been more than just good. He's been sensational.
So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Today is the day we've been working towards all summer, the debut of our new halftime show. So without further roll, our trip around the NFL starts now. In the Big Easy, the Saints at home to take on the Arizona Cardinals. And it's the second-year man, Trey Benson. And this is a touchdown. Next up, Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. Let's check in on the Jaguars. They're playing host to the Carolina Panthers. And this is Tank Bigsby. He's going to hit the hole hard, get loose into the secondary, and they're not gonna get him. Lastly, we go to Indianapolis. It's the Colts taking on the Miami Dolphins. And it's a man, when he gets going, is one of the best in the game, Jonathan Taylor. He'll take it all the way to the end zone. What a play for the score. The Colts wind up winning this one in front of the home crowd to begin the new season. And time for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the National Football League. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Hey, Scott, thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches, I would assume, by those head coaches as we get set for half number 2.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And that's going to be short, not making it to the landing zone. So this means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. A pair of first downs gives them 1st and 10 up at the 40. Tight end, the motion man to the right. The drive works. It's a carry by Pollard. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the running game to be such a critical element.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Ward. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Titans sending out their punt. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. This one fielded out beyond the... And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Broncos offense, and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work, and he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. And will get forward for a couple. Sebastian Joseph Day